Now that I'm using Prime Visa credit card by Chase for over 30 days, I want to share my experience with this card, and while it's mostly positive, there is also this one particular thing with this card that I'm not really a big fan of. So before you decide to open this Prime credit card account, the question might be, who is this card really for? And this card is exclusive for Amazon Prime members, so if you have Amazon Prime account, that's one of the qualifications for the card, but also because this is a Chase card, having Chase checking account, for example, would be also important to qualify. Now the good news is, if you qualify for this card, this Prime card offers some really nice benefits, so let's talk about them first. Now first, and this is a huge benefit, is the rewards. And if you're shopping on Amazon with this card, and that includes of course renting of the movies and etc., you get full 5% cash back, which is really good, and that builds up pretty quickly. There is also 5% cash back for Whole Foods Market and even Chase Travel. Then you also get 2% back on any purchases in the restaurants and gas stations, plus 1% in any other stores. But there is also one more thing I want to mention. The other thing that I really like about this card is that sometimes during the year this Visa has some special offers. So for example, they send you in the email sometimes opt-in exclusive offer, and once you participate in this offer, then you can have higher rewards back on some other purchases too. And right now, for example, if I'm shopping for the groceries or any food places and restaurants, as you could see, there is some bonus cash back. And no, this is not $900, obviously this is just the points, but the bottom is, as you could see, this is additional points, equivalent total to 5%. So in my specific situation, until the end of the March, whatever groceries I buy or if I visit some restaurant, I have this 5% cash back, and that accumulates quickly. Now redeeming this cash is very simple, by the way, and yes, you can redeem it directly to the credit card, or you can do the same thing that I do and get these rewards transferred directly to your Chase checking account. And by the way, this usually takes between 2 and 3 business days. Also, I want to mention this Prime card comes with no annual fee, which is obviously important. Now with the current high interest rates, the APR on this card is 24.49%. That's at least for me, of course. It might be different for you. And I have 750 credit score. I think it might be relevant, but that's still lower than my Capital One credit card's interest, which is 28.15%. Now before I go to the part that I kind of don't like about this card, the other thing I like about this card is the statement closing date, because from the statement closing date you have about 29 days to pay the card. So I think this is good amount of time, because some other credit cards give you like 25 days. Now, like I've mentioned before, I'm using this card for a pretty long time and I'm very satisfied with it. I'm happy how it works. I never had any issues with this card. The rewards are awesome too. Obviously that goes without saying, but you shouldn't have any balance on the card. That's the only way you're gonna benefit from these rewards. But overall, this is a really handy card, especially if you're shopping on Amazon. And now let's go to the dark side of this card. So mostly everything is great with this card except for the balance transfers. Let me explain. Now the issue with this Prime card is that normally if you didn't transfer any balances, and let's say you're paying statement balance in full, you're not gonna pay any interest charges. However, when you transfer the balance to this Prime card from some other credit card, like me before, for example, I transferred $7,000. Now all of a sudden this card is gonna charge you daily interest, and yes, daily interest from the new transactions you're posting. So for example, you're paying 0 interest because of course you're doing the good thing, paying the statement balance in full. However, after the transfer, let's say you went to buy shoes, some clothes, and the moment this transaction is posted, you are being charged daily interest from that moment on, which is really ridiculous because you actually paid the statement balance in full. That is at least until you did this balance transfer. So before you fully pay off this card, yes, I mean to 0 balance, and that of course includes this balance transfer, you will be charged this average daily interest, even for the new purchases you just posted on the account. That's why I did this transfer only one time, even though it was offered to me a few more times, and I will definitely never do it again. At least not on this card. Now, like I've said, if you're not planning the balance transfer and you're gonna use this card for regular purchases and etc., this Prime card is really awesome and I think worth opening. Okay, so this is it for this video, but you definitely want to check this video next. There is important info in it too. And as always, thank you for watching.